back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're a new subscriber, please click the subscribe button and welcome to the family. I love and appreciate you all. Today I'll be giving a very useful information for coppers who plan on coming to Abuja to serve. So I'll be talking about the factors to consider before coming to Abuja to serve. Currently, I'm a serving corps member in Abuja, so I think I'm in the best position to give you these helpful tips, okay? And we'll be starting from the most important factor to me, which is accommodation. Accommodation is so important. Obviously, you're not going to sleep under the bridge. You're not going to sleep under the bridge. So you need to plan ahead. And let me tell you that accommodation in Abuja is very expensive. Paying of rent in Abuja is expensive. So I followed one of my friends to, scout around for accommodation when she needed one. And they took us to one gatesman's house. You know those houses in front of the gate, like at the entrance of maybe a house. They took us to something like that, and they said, okay, this is 1 million, but then next year you would pay 800k. I'm like, why? So accommodation is very, very expensive. You need to plan ahead, although there are many ways to go around it. So I currently stay in my family house. I'm serving from home, you can say that. So I'm staying with my family. You can decide to stay with a relative. I don't know how well that will come out, but people do it. And then you can also come up with your friend or maybe someone you meet in camp, and you guys would rent an accommodation and share the bills and the rent. It's just come up with something, but have it at the back of your mind that accommodation is expensive in Abuja. I wouldn't want to give a range because different areas in Abuja have different accommodation budgets, but from what I've seen, from what I've heard, I've not even heard anyone less than 500k for a self-con. Yes, for a self-con. And plan ahead financially, have a budget for your accommodation, okay? And the second factor to consider when coming to Abuja would be your cost of transportation. Hear me out. I know we tend to look down on cost of transportation, but if you sit down monthly or weekly and you calculate the money you spend on your transportation, you're going to be blown away. So transportation in Abuja is a thing and is a very big deal. Abuja have two transport systems. So we have the private cabs, which are the Uber, the boats, and all of those things. And then we have the public cabs. Hey, we call them along. There's nothing comfortable about along. So you guys get to be 4 passengers at the back and then sometimes 2 in front. So just imagine that, although it's affordable, but there's nothing comfortable about along. As a copper serving in Abuja, it's very wise of you to know when to use along. It's very wise to know when to use Uber and when to maybe sort out for free transportation. When I started serving newly, I used to use boats to work, and my account balance stopped cooperating with me, and I had to, every day I'm always asking my sister, oh, are you going to work so I could follow you? I would ask my dad, oh, are you going out? Just ask around. Trust me, transportation in Abuja is expensive and you need to look out for that. I'm going to be linking accommodation and transportation. Before you get an accommodation in Abuja, make sure you have a place of primary assignment. It's going to help tailor where you can rent apartments in. Obviously, it's not even advisable for your house to be far from where you work. So get a place of primary assignment before getting an accommodation. That's where your transportation fare would decrease, or it will be affordable or cheaper for you. I hope this makes sense. So the third factor to consider before moving to Abuja to serve would be your feeding and standard of living. It's not even news that the standard of living everywhere in Nigeria has gone up. So prices of goods are now expensive. Goods and services are now expensive. You would go to the market and your purchasing power is so low. So Abuja in particular is expensive. Everything about Abuja is expensive, basically. Yes, everything about Abuja is expensive. Have this at the back of your mind. The fourth factor to consider would be your place of primary assignment. That's PPA. Abuja has different sectors. So they have the private sector, they have the government sector, they have the NGOs. But I would advise you to look out for the private firms, because private firms get to pay core members better than government firms. So government offices really do not pay much. So NGOs and private firms are like the hot cake in Abuja. So look out for that. Currently, I'm serving in a government organization, which is not bad, but I think serving in a private firm would be better. And then the experience you also get. Sometimes serving in a government organization can make you relax. I don't want to say make you lazy, but if you're not careful, you're going to be lazy if you're serving in a government organization. Sorry I said that, but that is just pure truth. So there are so many things to look out for before settling for a place of primary assignment. And here are my final thoughts on coming to Abuja to serve. Before coming to Abuja to serve, you need to make sure you're financially ready. And this is what I mean. Do you have a skill set that can get you money? Do you have a side hustle that can fetch you money? Do you have just hustling? Just have something that can fetch you extra money. Because again, the money you're going to receive from federal government and from your place of primary assignment may just not be enough for you. So make sure you have financial plan and make sure you know how to budget your money. If you're from a trust fund family, if you're rich, you can come to Abuja. This is not even going to be a problem. But being broke in Abuja is another ballgame altogether. I'm here to tell you that for free, right? And the second advice I would be leaving would be, think about the future. So do you see yourself staying back in Abuja after NYSC? Do you see yourself getting a job and settling in Abuja? Most times when you ask people, oh, how did you start staying in this particular state, or how did you relocate to this particular state, you would hear them say things like, I came here when I was 7, I came here for my NYSC. So if you don't see yourself staying here for long, or maybe after NYSC, I don't think it's worth the stress coming to Abuja to serve. I hope I've been able to pass useful information, and I hope this video helps you. Click the subscribe button, like this video, share the link with your friends or people you think would need it, and thank you for staying to the end. I love you all. Bye.